And hello again, YouTube. It is Sunday, March 20th, 2022. I forgot the time already. 1:16 p.m. So that was absolutely delicious. Definitely worth the stop. A little more expensive than I anticipated, but no complaints. So I didn't notice the signs saying Tacos La Cabeza, and the logo there of a cow's head with sunglasses. And I probably should have paid attention to that because, that was kind of a moment. I was definitely the only person there, only English speaker there, which is fine. Those are always the best taco trucks. But went in there and ordered 3 carne asada tacos and a Coke, and the 3 women that were working that stand, it's all just 3 women working there, all of them absolutely adorable, very sweet. Anyway, the one that was helping me, which is wild, like I thought I would be waiting in line, and she just comes up to me and proceeds to take my order, which was nice. When I told her one of the carne asada taco, she's like, "Oh, no carne," and I'm like, "Really?" For me, it's generally I'm either ordering carne asada, which is steak, grilled steak, or I'm getting chopped grilled steak, or I might get pollo, which is grilled chicken. That's pretty much it. Occasionally I get the pork, and I'm brain farting on what that's usually called. But anyway, there's like no carne, and I'm like, really? Like, that's kind of a staple. I mean, that's kind of like for me, that's kind of like the default for street tacos. And she's it's like, no, only brains and tongue. And I was just like, wait, whoa, wow, okay. And which, of course, now that I've seen that the spot is called Tacos de Cabeza, like that makes total and complete sense. But and I've certainly been to more authentic Mexican taco trucks and Mexican restaurants and spots that do have tongue and brains as options for tacos and burritos as well. But I gotta admit, that is absolutely the first that I've ever gone to a taco truck, and that was it. It's either tongue or brains. And when she said that to me, she had this look on her face like, yeah, white guys are leaving. This is gonna be too much for white guy. And I had thought about it for a moment. And I'm like, to be fair, I don't think I've ever ate beef brains. I don't think I ever have. It's possible, but I don't think I ever have. And maybe I should have tried it. Maybe that would have been the time. But I've definitely had beef tongue and also deer and elk tongue. In fact, I had deer tongue long before I ever had elk tongue or beef tongue. Grew up about half my life in rural eastern Wyoming, a small town called Douglas, and that was definitely part of my youth was deer hunting and also antelope hunting and also elk hunting, but a lot more successful at getting deer and getting antelope than I was getting elk. But at any rate, we definitely utilized all of the meat. We didn't just take the popular cuts and dispose of the rest. And except for, I don't think we ever kept the brains, so maybe we didn't utilize all the meat. But definitely always got tongue, and I remember, and it's not something I've had much, since I was a teenager, but of all the like random cuts that would make a lot of people go, ew, I don't think you're supposed to eat that. The two cuts that by far I really, really liked and was surprised at how much I liked it after the initial reaction of, ew, I don't think you're supposed to eat that, was tongue and heart. In fact, there's really no cut of meat I find better than heart, but it's not usually an option. But tongue definitely comes in a close second. And I thought about it for a second. I'm like, well, I've never had tongue in a taco, but okay. And she seemed a little surprised when I asked for that, and went ahead and made up the tacos. And holy Christ, those were delicious. Even though it was a little pricier than I expected it to be, I'm definitely going back. It was just 3 little street tacos, and which are of course the traditional Mexican street tacos. So on the little small corn tortillas with onions and cilantro. So not a whole lot of food, and I think it cost me. I gave her a 20, and I think I got like 6 back. I should have looked a little more closely. World of cash transactions with no receipts. I got $6 back, so it cost me 14 for the 3 tacos and the bottle of Coke. I'm not sure what size bottle it was. It was definitely smaller than a liter, though. It was a smaller Mexican Coke, and those tend to be a couple bucks in and of themselves. So I don't know what the price breakdown was. I didn't see any prices posted. And people like that, I'm not even worried about it. Those are some people that are like hustling to make a living, and I respect that. And God, those ladies were so sweet and looked good in those tight-fitting jeans. So all right, there's a fun caravan. So anyway, those tacos were absolutely delicious, and the funny thing is, I tried to pay her. She's like, oh, like they were taking a couple orders, and she just like kind of waved her hand, like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't think they were gonna cop it, but it's just it's so funny. Like it wasn't that long ago I went into a convenience store, and the guy got angry at me, and he didn't speak English very well. He got angry at me because I was trying to microwave a burrito before paying for it. I was freaking about it. And these guys are making me just amazingly great, like, fresh tacos and serving them to me, like, at my table. They're not even trying to take my money. Like I'm trying to take the money. They're just like, no. I'm like, okay. So that's I gotta admit, that was one of those moments where I really wish I was a little more conversational in Spanish. Of course, all 3 of those women are probably happily married with 7 kids, but it's a lonely guy can dream, right? So anyway, that was not what I was planning to do with this afternoon. That was absolutely great. At this point, I feel like as I was leaving the taco place, I checked the bus, and I just barely missed the next northbound 32. I missed it by a substantial amount. It was already up to Camelback Road, so don't feel like waiting another 25 minutes for another one. I kind of figure by the time I wait for that, well, it's 25 minutes for another one, or I could have started walking. Actually, if I walked directly to Thomas, I'd be about 2/3 of the way there by now, but over halfway there by now. But anyway, I just thinking about it, I decided that by the time I get up to that coffee place, the stoner coffee place, it'd be about time for me to leave anyway. So, so I'm just sitting here at the bus stop on McDowell, waiting for a 17. When I started filming this, I think I had about 13-14 minutes until the bus would be coming, so I'm like 10 minutes right now. So what time is it? It's 1:26. So yeah, it'll probably be long, next couple of minutes or so. So yeah, I just thought I'd share the Tacos de Cabeza experience. And you know what? I think the next time I go there, I'm gonna get the brains. Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny too when I think about that. It just the whole thing of tongue or brains. One of my favorite music videos, and I used to play it all the time at Gilligan's. I don't think I've ever played it at Bullock's, and probably never will, because it's just not the kind of music people are going to vibe on and understand there. But the song is called "Kill a Hipster" by Watsky, and he's a white rapper, like a very intellectual type white rapper who came out of the San Francisco slam poetry scene. So really, really, really good with his wordcraft. And "Kill a Hipster" is pretty self-explanatory what that song is about. But fun song, amazingly fun video. There's a singer that's in it. She's really good, absolutely gorgeous. And but anyway, the video starts out with a skit, and hopefully I'll remember to link it in the description. You can always search for it, "Kill a Hipster" by Watsky. It starts with this scene where they're at a taco truck, which this totally reminded me of. And I forget what he asked for, but I think that's what she says, is that she has brains and tongue, but she's saying it in Spanish. She's like cabeza, lengua, and then at one point he goes, "Give me brains. I need brains." And just kind of like his eyes trip out and basically morphs into a zombie. So that's a fun scene. I'll go back there next week. Tell the ladies to give me brains. Oh man, yeah, I'd love it if the one serving me gave me some brain. That'd be great. Anyway, gosh, I don't see my bus here yet. It seems like it should be here by now. Hey, look, people riding in the back of a truck without a seatbelt. There's something you don't see enough of these days. Man, that was the way we traveled when I was a kid. But nowadays there'll probably be some Karen that follows that truck that'll try to report him to CPS. They're abusing those children. It's unsafe. They're riding in the back of a pickup truck. Oh. Anyway, I do love this neighborhood. This is so little Mexico over here, and I'm not gonna lie. I would totally be down to own a house in this neighborhood. Like this is hood. This is the kind of Captain Mike over at one of the owners of Gilligan's. He's like, yeah, it's a solid neighborhood, mentioning some of the ones around here. He goes, that's straight up working class Mexican. And it is. This is very much a working class Mexican neighborhood. Meaning that most of the people, these are people that, are hard workers, blue collar workers. A large portion of them own their homes. That's getting a lot more difficult to do these days. I would imagine even these houses are probably selling for $300,000. This is buying a home in Phoenix is freaking expensive. It's been a while since I've looked at prices in this neighborhood, but yeah, I would just ballparking it off the top of my head. We're talking probably $400,000, and I'm sure a lot of that is just price jumps out here. It's just speculation that, in spite of how this neighborhood looks now, how it's kind of a rundown strip mall anchored by a food city, and it's got the kind of taco truck that just serves tongue and brain. God, those are the best tacos I've had in ages, by the way. I'm as expensive as it was. I'm totally down to go there again soon. Most of the people here do seem to own their homes and do seem to take a lot of pride in their homes and their smaller homes. I do think what's driving the price is a lot of speculation that this is a centrally located neighborhood. I'm off 32nd Street in McDowell, so McDowell being one block north of Van Buren, and to most people that kind of is the northern edge of downtown. And then 32nd Street puts you, like 7th Street is generally considered the eastern edge of downtown. So after 32nd Street, you've got 16th Street, after 7th Street, you've got 16th Street, 24th Street, and 32nd Street. So basically, right here, I'm 3 to 4 miles away from downtown Phoenix, and 32nd Street here, which I just, I pretty much saw it in the video. This one and the last one, I walked up. With 32nd Street here, you're less than a half mile north of the Loop 202. So not only are you super close, taking service streets to downtown Phoenix, but yeah, see, I can see it from here. See the traffic crossing 32nd Street on the Loop 202. So you got Loop 202 going directly into downtown Phoenix, and then about a half. What that idiot talking about? Anyway, directly west of here, about a half mile away, you've also got you're right at the southern end of the 51 Piestewa Parkway or Squaw Peak Parkway. Now that's a little trickier if you go to that freeway and you're trying to get to downtown Phoenix. If you turn left in that intersection, you're not getting on the 51 because that's the end of the 51 there. Those ramps and those ones used to really mess me up when they first opened it as a cab driver, and then I kind of got to wrapping my head around where it takes me. But those ramps actually take you to the eastbound 10. So even though it feels like you're turning onto an on-ramp that's going to take you to downtown, it actually takes you away from downtown and is pointing you in the direction of Tempe and eventually Tucson, eventually Texas. But that's also a functional, depending on what traffic's like, that can be a very functional way to get downtown, because you can take that on-ramp and you end up merging on the 10 as it comes out of the mini stack, and then your next exit on the 10 is Washington Street and Jefferson Street, and from then you can from that exit you can turn right onto Washington Street and go directly into downtown Phoenix. So yeah, connectivity to downtown is really good here, and even though this isn't such a hot desirable neighborhood, the proximity to everything from right here is really good. As you can see, there's Papago Park off in the distance, which is where the Phoenix Zoo is, and getting on the 202. As I said, the 10 will take you to Tempe, but you can get on the 202 and go, right there and go eastbound. And Tempe is, driving. It's 10 minutes or less, depending on traffic away. You got Tempe very close, and then to the north, just a couple miles from the Biltmore area. So yeah, the prices are really going up on houses here because people are speculating that this is a neighborhood that will be gentrifying very soon, and is already to a point starting to. But it still has its local Cabeza taco flavor. As you can see, I mean, there's that whole strip mall in front of me. You got a tire shop that has the paint boldly proclaiming it's a Lanteria and blue collar clothing and barber shop, and it's neat that a little kind of a strip mall can still kind of survive in a place like this. So big scary truck trying to turn in. Dang, I've shot 19 minutes of video. This bus should have really shown up by now. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Check my bus out and figure out what the hell's taking so long. At least there's somebody else waiting for the bus. That's something. So yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't feel like I have enough time to really check out the coffee shop place. And the money I probably would have spent there just got spent on tongue tacos. So oh, I can see my bus now, barely. Looks like it's just barely on the other side of the freeway. If I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing. Oh yeah, it's a bus. That's the bus, about a half mile away. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take this. Oh, looks like that guy got tired of waiting. Here's a bus. No, you don't hear me. Oh well. Yeah, that's the bus service is so infrequent here and so unreliable here. That's a pretty common sight. See people sit down and wait for the bus, and then after a while, just decide, fuck this. I'm just walking. I've sat here for long enough, and comparatively, that guy didn't even sit there very long. That's yeah, I'm going on 21 minutes. Nice. I go into fuck cars and go into the conversations, the comment threads underneath videos about public transit on YouTube. I just wonder what it's like for all those people that talk about how, oh yeah, the bus only comes every 10 minutes and they need to set that up to every 6 minutes. Stuff like that. It's like, wow, I can't even imagine what that's like. I only had like a 20-minute wait, and that feels comparatively short out here, because God knows I've had times I've waited over an hour for a bus out here. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna head home, get myself ready for heading to Amazon, and probably head out to Amazon early, and of course get to play my favorite new game. Let's see if the so-called girlfriend is home. My gut feeling is she's probably not, but she might surprise me. But I don't know. After last night of getting me that hot and bothered and just leaving me hanging, I don't even want to talk to her today. I really don't. I just want to change clothes and get my bag ready for Amazon and head on out. Even though it's only 1:30. Time I can make it home and get changed up, it's can never get over to the west side early enough. Sunday buses are always kind of sketchy, especially. I don't. Anyway, yeah, myself ready for Amazon and go to work. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk, and Tacos de Cabeza on 32nd Street. I highly recommend it.